Slagmaster's brother's custom guitar business.
My bad.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome. He has a custom guitar business.
Apparently, yeah. Let me let me
Shirt.
see. He said, would it be okay if you gave my brother's guitar building Facebook page a shout out? The page is called Heartswood Crafts Facebook. It's 3 separate words. Otherwise, you get a wooden pin maker in the U.S. Please mention that he makes electric guitars, 6-string, 7-string, 8-string, also bass guitars up to 8, possibly 9-string.
That guy sounds badass. I'm sure he doesn't need our shout out, but I'll be glad to do it. That's awesome.
I'm going to just paste this in there so I can just read it off. And he also makes ukuleles.
Oh, sweet. I finally got a helmet. I don't have a hat on this character.
I didn't, apparently. I was going to replace whatever shoulders I was wearing with the Warlock ones, but I didn't have any, so I now have the shoulders.
Oh. I'm going to deconstruct these real quick.
Okay, I'm going to run over to Deshaun and we'll get things started, if you're ready.
Yep, I'm hanging around, Deshaun. I'm ready enough, so come on by.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to pour it over to where we last left off. Oh, you know what? This advanced UI mini-map, I kind of like it has a little blue arrow instead of the normal arrow for where my guy is at.
Oh.
It looks kind of, I don't know, it's really irrelevant. It just kind of is a nice little change, you know? Looks like, you know, I like things that are new. Are you ready?
Yeah, sorry, I got a funny message from Ramp. I'll tell you later.
That's okay.
I mean, I shouldn't think it's funny, but I kind of think it's funny. It makes me like Ramp more, let's just put it that way.
Hello, and welcome to Do's in Tamriel, episode 13.
Ooh, spooky.
I am Scarydrew, and here with me is Scarydoo.
Scarydoo.
And let me start off by saying April the 1st be with you.
Oh, goodness. Let me start off by groaning.
I hate to disappoint anybody who thought that we moved the show to today just to be on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
That is not true, and also that is the extent of our April Fool's gags. For you, those of you who aren't aware of what that means, every 4th of May, everybody goes crazy with May the 4th be with you, because it sounds like May the 4th be with you, and I can't stand it. I don't.
It's so tired.
You know,
it's a really tired joke.
That's the problem, is the first time you hear it, you're like, oh, that's funny, May the 4th be with you, that's funny. And then when you hear every single newscaster and every single media and every single website doing the same thing all day long, it's like, okay, I hate this stupid fucking thing. So my gag is that randomly, and I do this on Twitter from time to time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even an April Fool's thing. It's just a thing he does.
No, it is. It is a thing I do, but I figured that would be kind of a funny April Fool's thing to do. So you know, just any random day, just September the 27th be with you, and I've been doing that for about a year and a half now, or maybe half a year. I'm not sure.
I think it's been since last May the 4th.
Okay,
so.
Almost a year then.
Just under a year.
Hey, that's still. It's not as impressive.
That's a hell of a record, actually. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, that's not bad. Don't knock me for that.
You're committed. I'm not knocking your
You
commitment.
can travel to me, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So,
give me 1 sec while I mark some shit as junk real fast.
So today we would like to give our official thanks to the crowd that helped us out with our Kickstarter. I will start by thanking Knight's Knight and Tamriel Drifter. Thank you guys very much.
Wait. I don't have the notes in front of me because I was unprepared, but I want y'all to know these thanks are from both of us.
Yes, these are...
Thank you, Knight's Knight and Tamriel Drifter. Knights, when are we getting drunk again?
And
Tamriel Drifter, you're invited too. Okay, sorry.
And I
have
also...
to do shout-outs.
What?
I have to do my own shout-outs too, you know. I'm not in a group with you, so I can't...
I'm so sorry.
No, don't
you know
be
what?
sorry.
We'll do that in just a second. I'll get back to that.
Sorry.
As always, I'm unprepared for the show, so...
No, I'm ruining the show, as always.
Okay, so... Anyways, okay, so I was saying thank you to Knight's Knight, Tamriel Drifter, and Esteldian. I asked if there was any request that they had for something they wanted to mention on the show to thank them for their donations, but They all said no, except for, thank you, Esteldian, who thought it would be funny if I tried to pronounce this word, so I will go ahead and, I didn't practice this at all. I've only seen this when he posted it. I didn't look at it for very long or anything. Otorhinolaryngologist. Otorhinolaryngologist.
No, use it in a sentence, please.
An otorhinolaryngologist studies throat conditions of rhinoceri.
For real?
No, but it starts with
rhino.
it starts with oto, and then it's rhino, and then laryngo, like laryngitis, and then ologists or laryngologists. So, otorhinolaryngologist. There you go.
I bet you.
I don't know if that's how it's actually pronounced, but that would be how it's pronounced if it is someone who in fact studies throat conditions of rhinoceri. So, and I'm pretty sure rhinoceri is the plural version of rhinoceros, but I'm not 100% on that.
It is now.
And have to give the extra big, extra special thanks to not your brother, because he didn't want a reward of any kind, so screw him.
He already has that beard. He doesn't need any other rewards
He does
in
have
life.
a pretty epic beard.
This is a sweet freaking beard.
But I do want to give the extra big thanks to Slagmaster, aka Smiter of Slags, for kicking in that 150 that did get the upcoming this weekend balloon sitting that we were going to do it last weekend and I forgot, and so we're definitely doing it this weekend.
We really genuinely will do it. We're not going to
we're absolutely gonna
you dropped $150. We're not going to not do it.
even if it wasn't 150, it's a small thing to do. It's not like it's that big of a deal. We've already got the jack, we've already got the Coke, we've already got the water balloons. It's just a matter of doing it now. Although
By Coke, he means cocaine.
God damn it. No, I don't for legal purposes.
Oh, God.
We do actually publish these. But anyways, so we will actually do that. The only trick is going to be actually filling up the water balloons, because it's one thing when you put it around a faucet. Trying to put it around both a bottle of Jack and a bottle of Coke separately, we'll do our best. But I did ask if he wanted a message, and he asked if I could give a shout out to his brother, which this is hits home for me, because I played guitar since I was about 6 years old. And so, you know what, just 1 second here. Let me make sure I got all the details here. So he says that his brother's guitar building Facebook page is called Hearts Wood Crafts. 3 separate words.
We'll tweet about it.
Yes, it is HARTS Wood Crafts. And you have to type it in Facebook as 3 separate words, otherwise you get a wooden pen maker in the US apparently.
I want to buy both products now.
He does make electric guitars, 6-string, 7-string, 8-string, also bass guitars, and also up to 8, possibly 9-string. And he also makes ukuleles, which are awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes, and he can and will make any design someone wishes, and he is on board for making Elder Scrolls themed guitars.
What?
So if you want that Skyrim logo as the body of your guitar, which is exactly what I want if I ever have enough money to buy a custom-made guitar like this, that is exactly what I would get. Do you know what the Skyrim logo, the dragon that I'm talking about? It's like a diamond-shaped dragon.
I'm not a complete moron, just a
Well, I know that you got into the game in Elder Scrolls Online.
It's true. But yeah, no, I definitely... You have it on here. Don't we have it on... Oh, your cup has the ESO logo. Don't we... Oh, your Skyrim mug has it.
Yes.
Yes. Morndos mug. Anyway, I knew about it.
Morndos mug. So I just wanted to, I can't both of us can't express enough how much we appreciate people that kicked into our Kickstarters. So I was more than happy to give the shout out to the Heartswood guitars.
With that kind of talent, that guy doesn't need us. But for real, that is incredible. And they are. I haven't seen them, but I have no doubt. I'm sorry, a person who builds guitars and ukuleles, I'm sure they're amazing. You've looked at them, right?
Yeah.
And you know your guitars, so
yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And these thanks are not like when you had to thank your great aunt with a thank you card when you were a kid for her $7 check. These are genuine thanks. Our mom didn't make us do this. Our moms. Our moms didn't make us. I said our mom like we have a mom. We have 2 different moms.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and
Moving along.
we're gonna go ahead and continue the Llodos Plague storyline in Deshawn. Thank God we are now out of Stone Falls for the second episode straight. That is refreshing. And we are going to Narsis. And we just found out last episode that the Maulborn have taken the plague and spread it down south here to Narsis. So that's where we're heading. We're going to pick up this way shrine on the way. And in Elder Scrolls
It's
news,
not terrorist-like behavior.
not a lot of news. There's not going to be a lot of news.
Not a lot of news.
Not a lot of news. They did mention that there will be 2 new pets for the Crown Store coming up. Who knows how long? I'd imagine soon.
They pretty much have to.
And one of those was a hound of some sort, which I mean is irrelevant to me. A dog's a dog for the most part. I mean, they have dog pets. They have like 2 different dog pets. Plus, they will have the ones that they gave with the Nord and various other, the Steam when Steam got the PC release of Elder Scrolls Online. They offered, a free dog pet that was a different type of dog pet, and it's like, okay, that's kind of boring. You already did the dog thing to the ground.
I disagree. What if it's either a hellhound, and so it's cool and badass like the horse, and it's black and it's got flames and it's evil, or it's a chihuahua with pink bow? Both of those would be awesome.
Well, and I was going to specify that with the exceptions of course, if you're talking about Chihuahua versus a Basset Hound, I mean, yes, there are
Basset Hound.
But for the most part, and I haven't seen...
You say that, and I'm playing a game with a Basset Hound in it.
Like, here's the white one, Rolfround, and it looks very similar to... Let me open up the Crown Store because I don't actually have it purchased. The Alakir Dunehound is like the same, similar, but a different color. The Windhelm Wolfhound, they all look fairly similar. Like, one's shaggy, one's not. I get it, mine are different, but it's kind of like the horses.
One's shaggy, one's Scooby.
Yeah, I have... And you say my jokes are bad.
No, my jokes are terrible.
we need to report the that we came from the Cirque and our information about the plague and the Maulborn. But there's a quest over here. Let's go pick up this quest. So I kind of look at it like the horses. I don't plan on this is whatever. We're not going to rescue you from orcs today. Or if we do, it won't be till later. So ignore that quest. Ignore that quest for now.
I already accepted it, but whatever.
I have no idea where we're going, actually. Hold on a second. What the hell? Like, I turned in the quest to the guy, and he didn't give me the next part of the quest. He was like, oh, that's troubling news about... What the hell? Do we need to go talk to somebody else? Or maybe that was the next part of the quest, but he said something about orcs and stuff.
Probably should have read it.
I tried to, and...
What is it? Never mind. I'm about to ask a dumb question.
No, it's okay. Let's just go take this quest, and we'll continue from there. We'll figure it out.
I've already taken it. I'll let you grab it with your dialogue.
Oh, I would have if I would have just clicked to the next dialogue from this guy. He was talking about them getting attacked by orcs, and then he says you don't know the half of it. It's the damn Llodos plague. Boom. That's exactly what we're looking for, buddy. So, anyways, regarding
that's what we should
have
have done. Oh, sorry.
Regarding the dogs, I look at them just like the horses. I don't plan on buying them because they're different colors, a little bit different mane or something. Like, with the exception of like you said, that
Chihuahua,
the Nightmare Courser, that's the flaming horse or whatever. That's completely different. That's a badass horse and everything.
A hellhound would be fun. Plus you could get real evil and scary with your Chihuahua. You would look super.
Yeah, and if they release some unique, different type, although I don't think Chihuahuas are necessarily lore friendly. I don't know if they have Chihuahuas in the Elder Scrolls.
What about pet zombies?
That's actually not a bad idea. I don't see. You couldn't have. I don't think it would work to have full-size zombies because that would be. I think people would use that to confuse people, say in PvP or things like that.
Well, yeah, because there are. They would look like other characters if you weren't looking real closely.
Okay, we need to find the missing villagers from Narsis now.
Okay.
I'm not paid to think about this.
And, okay, so he said there's something going on with Banekin, which is a perfect lead-in because that's the other pet that they're about to release is a Banekin. Which,
you know what's great? Ramph's not here to lecture me for yawning. Joke lecture. He's a good friend. Still.
I told you.
See, they're leaving this place because it's not
It's
safe.
forsaken.
You're not my husband.
No, I am not your husband, lady.
So House Lalu's dropping the ball here, apparently, according to her.
Is there a reason that it took her a minute to go, wait, you're not my husband?
That is a little funny.
What am I like, I Love Lucy wearing a freaking clay nose? And
Well, I am in a costume, so maybe she thought the costume. I don't know.
you're not wearing the wedding dress like her husband did.
Be careful, outsider. They may decide you're sick. Plague this, plague that. Well, it should be their only concern right now because it's pretty serious, woman.
May I ask a question for the 12th time?
Yes.
What is this add-on that we just added? Because it's fantastic. I'm liking it already.
That is
That's
Advanced
great.
UI. If you
Get it.
search AUI, and I just heard about it on. I've heard about it before, and I never checked it out for whatever reason. And they were. It was the add-on spotlight on Tales of Tamriel, and I just listened to it, and they said that it basically it has a bunch of different features. It has a mini map. It has its health bars, just like Wicked has health bars and stuff like that. You know, Foundry Tactical Combat has its own health, stamina, magic bars. So I mean, be careful if you're installing all three of those, like I do, for different reasons. Is you may get overlapping health and magic bars all over the place. So you have to, you know, keep in mind when you're doing that to know what you're installing, and then that way you can go into the add-on settings and find it to disable the one you want, enable the one you want, etc. So you don't have multiple health bars.
I haven't even disabled my old one, so I have like duplicate stuff, but this one is so much nicer.
But yeah, so I used it, or I wanted to get it because they had mentioned that it Gray Mind's quick slot bar, which is an easy way to switch between potions rather than holding Q and getting that wheel that comes up and is hard to manage in combat and things like that. That it has a version of that, except for it puts it down with your skill bars and it looks a lot nicer, and boy does it. It looks just like your skills, except for it is for your potions. And you can set it just the same. I use F1 through 8, except for this is only 5 spots, which I never need all 8 spots anyways, so now I can just hit F1 through F5, and it's right next to my skills on the bottom. It looks real nice. So that's Advanced UI. That's why I got that.
I like the group. I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but on the left, the group graphics.
Oh yeah.
That looks nice.
It's a lot nicer.
And I guess if you listen to us, you already listened to Tales of Tamriel, so you already know, and it's redundant. But I guess another recommendation for it.
Anybody that heard that and was like, oh, you know, I don't really use my potions much or something, you know, and they weren't planning on checking it out, you know, there's a little bit more detail as to exactly what it entails, and
or just additional recommendations. It's like when Amazon has more 5-star.
This dude is gonna get burnt. He was like in that.
I know. He's like got the wavy heat lines on himself.
So we're basically going around talking to the citizens and finding out about them wanting to leave because of the plague. And
we're learning a little more about it.
The Llodos plague rushes onward, and Narsis is directly in its path.
Yeah, so we need to
try moving to Sacramento. The whole place is a plague.
So we need to go talk to the leaders of House Lalu here and see if we can't get them to take some action, because all of the people of Narsis are getting ready to hit the road, Jack.
Son of a bitch, I keep clicking to open doors because I'm playing the Sherlock Holmes game, and in Sherlock Holmes I keep hitting E to open doors, and every time I stand there like a jackass. I think I said this last time, and you know what, it's still happening. I'm almost done with it. This will be me finishing my first game in maybe like a decade.
We need to go down below.
Anybody proud of the noob? Anybody? The hero downstairs?
I'm definitely proud of you.
You're so freaking supportive. I don't mean to talk to you later. I want to look at the bookshelf. Don't forget it, guys.
So, other than that, in the news...
I lost you, but I'm looking at bookshelves.
They had the ESO live, and they had that guy, Matt Fire.
That guy, that one.
They interviewed him, and they asked a lot of Scarydoo questions, and I didn't really take anything from it. Like, I didn't learn... I mean, there was some talk about... He had mentioned that dueling is not something they're not working on it. They have no plans of putting it in the game. And some people were concerned... Some people were concerned about that because they were like, well, does that mean they've scrapped the PvP side of the justice system, the enforcer side? I didn't get that. I didn't get that. That's not dueling. He said he was talking about dueling. He was saying dueling is not coming to the game, period. And that's not the same. I mean, I can,
No, it's pretty different. When people were talking about dueling, it was a really different model that they'd been talking about. I never heard anybody compare the two.
yeah, you know, and I get that they may have some issues with the enforcer side of the justice system because there's a lot of what ifs involved that make it tricky. Like, what if you're a VR-14 standing in, you know, Mournhold, and you see a level 10 try to steal something, and so now what? You can, I mean, I don't know. Like, those are questions that I have that I'm sure they've worked out answers to or are working. I'm sure there are answers to them, even if they haven't worked them out yet, they will or whatever. But there's certain tricky things to it that can make it very complicated. Although that is the risk of trying to steal stuff. I mean, if somebody catches you, watch out. You know, it may be a VR-14 that's going to one-shot you because you're a level 10.
And they should. I mean, I imagine they've had plans for that. I don't feel like they wouldn't implement half. I would hope that they wouldn't implement half the justice system and they go, "Oh shit, we didn't think about the practicalities of this." Like, I understand that they're still developing it, but
it looks like Gearon here. Well, this is Ralden we're talking to. Gearon thinks they need to seal Narsis to protect, basically quarantine them. But that's not going to work out for Ralden because he's saying that Narsis is a center of trade. So
no, thank you.
There, you can't
gonna
just
work
close
out
off
for
the
you.
town.
Well, maybe you can.
So we're going to go try and track down the reason people are disappearing, because he's basically saying people are disappearing. They're assuming they're leaving town, but they haven't seen anybody leave town. The guards haven't seen anybody leave town. So they're just showing up missing, basically. So we're going to search Eastern Narsis for clues.
Not relevant to the show, but when was ESO live?
ESO Live was on Friday.
Oh, did you tell me?
Yeah.
I thought it was usual Fridays. Okay.
Yeah, it's relatively every other Friday.
That's what I thought.
I didn't
You
even
probably
have to
did
jump
tell
down
me.
there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
You can go
shit.
around here. I'll come down and guide you around here. So yeah, and other than that, they had a guy on that is
I got it, by the way. Sorry.
a software engineer for
Oh, there you
them. And he was pretty funny. It was kind of interesting. His story was, I thought I got a kick out of it, was that his dad actually works down the street from Zenimax. And I heard a Dark Anchor. Let's go do this Dark Anchor.
So, yep.
Dark Anchor!
Dark Anchor!
I love hearing that war horn. It's like a
Dark
Pavlov.
Anchor!
It's a Pavlov effect. I get excited every time I hear that sound.
I don't know if that's Pavlovian, but
It is. I have a reaction.
getting
of joy.
excited for a thing that you like because you know the sound. I guess. I feel like I've got shitloads of lore books coming up on my.
No, because it is Pavlovian. Because if I have no interest in doing Dark Anchor because I'm on my main and I'm not getting anything out of it or whatever, you know, and I'm doing something else, so I have no intention of doing the Dark Anchor, but it still tempts me to. It creates like
Who doesn't get excited to do them anyway because they're so much fun.
Anyway, so
No, really, like I would go out of my way. Well, I say that, but I don't really know. But I feel like I'd go out of my way to go do a Dark Anchor if I didn't get shit.
I've never seen in any other game, and I only played World of Warcraft. That was the only other MMO I played, other than other ones I picked up for an hour or two. But this is more than any other. I don't know of any other game that has a feature in it like this, where a horn will blast like that. And you look at this. I mean, there's like 10 people here that just gathered at this Dark Anchor. I think that's so awesome. Because
so fun.
Yeah, because you could be by yourself questing or with one other person like we are, and then it's just like the forces gather from the area around. And that's probably my favorite part, is just seeing all these people from all around that heard the same horn you did, that all came running to it, and they're probably sitting in their living room going, Dark Anchor,
That's actually my least favorite part, because sometimes I don't run fast enough to the enemy, and I'm like, fuck, I wanted to hit that guy.
You still get credit for the kills.
I know, but I don't care about the credit, I care about whacking a guy with my lightning.
That does happen, though. I can attest to that. That is.
So, I'm so antisocial that even these people can go away. Giant bug! That's okay, this guy spawned right in front of me, so I got him. But no, I love them too. There's little kitties and dogs running all around. Do you see? Oh my god, an iguana.
Those are people's pets.
I know, and it's hilarious. I mean, I knew they're their
iguana.
pets. It's just really funny to see
The
little
iguana-
animals running around the dark.
There's no iguana pet, so where are you seeing the iguana?
I saw an iguana. I promise it. It's right here, next to you, right here.
I still don't see it.
Look down.
Oh, that is not an iguana.
That looks like a
That is
damn iguana.
scuttler. That-
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you
Well, it
have
looks
one
like-
of those. It's a scuttler.
I know I do, and you know what? It looks like a damn
Brazilian
iguana.
scuttler. In fact, that's
You
my,
know, I've never
you know
felt-
what's funny? That's my pet.
Is it?
It's my pet.
I didn't know you had your pet out. I never had my pet
I didn't
out.
either. That's why I didn't know what you were talking about.
That's okay.
But-
No, I have them. I know about them, and I don't know. They look like an iguana just now.
That's hilarious. That was my pet the whole time.
That is so funny.
Traveling
But
Dremora Slayer.
The dog and the cat running around are kind of cracking me up over here.
Got
If you're watching the video, no, I'm not literally laughing, but you know.
Anyway, so as I was saying, this guy from ZeniMax, he was saying that his dad works down a couple blocks from there, and he was walking to a grocery store or something. I forget the exact story, but he found an ID badge that just so happened to be for someone at ZeniMax Online Studios, and he knew that his son was into games and stuff, and so it turns out that this was an ID badge for the what do they call him? The recruiter, basically. You know, the hiring person or whatever. Yeah. And so the dad meets up with them and with her and returns the badge and says, "Oh, hey, you know, my son's into video games and you know, he might be looking for an internship." Because how he told the story was that his dad had emailed him saying, "Hey, can you send me a copy of your resume?" And this was why, so that he could meet up with this woman and say, "Hey, look, he's looking for an internship or whatever in video games. This would be awesome for him. Can I give you his resume?" And that's how he became an intern. He worked 2 summers there and then got hired on full time. And the other
Gotta be shitting me.
I know.
Other than you, like I'm happy. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's
no,
a great
that's
story.
fantastic. Yeah.
Like I'm not like, oh, screw that guy. But like other than you and the cats, I don't have luck.
Oh, I can attest to that. That's not for you, for myself as
That's
well.
so cool.
Yeah.
Damned apprentice.
Why can't shit like that happen to us? It's because we're bad people. Let's be
Well, it's
honest.
because he already was, you know, getting his degree in the same field type of thing. It's like, it's not like we could just run into a person like that and then get a job as a...
It's not like I haven't worked toward a degree
No,
and done
I-
very well in it and still not
My
like
point is
wandered
you
into an
probably-
internship
You
amazingly.
probably wouldn't get an internship for, you know, video game coding or something.
Except for something related to my field is what I'm
Well,
saying. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes more sense.
I like to think that the dad was like wrote a ransom note and was like, "You want to see your badge again? Hook my son
On the
up."
other side of the shed.
The other interesting part...
You heard nothing.
I know, I didn't. I'm trying to follow the story. This guy's missing his apprentice, so we're trying to investigate exactly what happened to these missing people, and he's not surprised because he got mad at him for some sort of incorrect shipment or whatever, and he's saying that these incorrect crates are stacked on the other side of the shed, which I'm wondering if those are crates full of the Llodos plague, because that's exactly what sounds like happened to the Cirque.
Yes. I want to know to people who listen if the sheer lack of reaction to a lot of the stuff I say, not your fault just because you're doing the story stuff, if that's awkward. Is it awkward to listen to?
If it is, then we're a job well done, because the whole point of this show is to be awkward and uncomfortable, so...
The whole point of our lives is to be awkward and uncomfortable. That's well put, dude. Well put.
Oh, we got an enemy here because we were looking at this note, and here comes a Malborn rogue. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you thought you could do, but did that?
Oh,
that's
you're
another
dead.
player. I thought that was a guard that came up and helped us. I was like, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, and these crates were in fact had a note in them about the Malborn plague plan, so
Yes.
that's exactly what I was.
so it wasn't like the douchebag security guard this morning that you had to flip off. It wasn't that guard.
Oh my god, Paladin, I hate you. So the other interesting part of this guy's story was that what he does now at ZeniMax is he programs like the kind of back-end stuff like the launcher and things like that, which I thought was really interesting. You know, you usually hear about game coders and things like that, but you know, it's a little bit different to hear about the guy who codes the launcher or codes the,
Yeah.
you know, certain different things that don't necessarily directly apply to the game, but certainly apply directly to your access to the game, if you will. You know what I mean?
Oh, hello.
I know this guy.
What, this guy that her husband?
Yes. I can't wait to find him. He's hilarious.
If he hasn't borrowed something from you or finished off your ash slate,
Well, he's a drunkard. That's for sure.
If I'm thinking of the right guy, I'm pretty sure I am. Do you know who it is?
His thirst for ale.
You know what he's probably doing.
No, I don't.
Well, we'll see if I'm thinking of it.
Okay. Let's see here. So we need to go find him in this building, I'd imagine. Because this did not have a quest marker before.
Clicked again. I clicked on the damn door again instead of hitting E.
Uh-oh. There's trouble down here.
Understand? I have no intention of letting an
Big trouble on little Tamriel.
You're interrupting my interrogation, that's what. And just as I was about to get to my favorite part, I have no quarrel with you. Not yet. So go away.
This does look rather suspicious. Is that what you want to select?
Yes, sir.
Listen to me closely.
Although I wouldn't mind kicking your ass, but that's cool.
It doesn't matter.
You know what? You have a sassy attitude, you obnoxious ass dark
I
elf.
also want to know who the fuck bought a dog that's been annoying the shit out of me the past week or so.
I know.
It's so irritating. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get up and close the door, though, so you may hear a faint dog barking in the background. It wouldn't be our show if we didn't let like something like that go. There's a lore book here, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to read this real quick, because I like to read a lore book every episode. And this is the Shadastula Academy Handbook, which you may recall we finished up last episode, the questline in Shadastula. No, we didn't. Never mind.
I may not recall.
I'm not reading that. That was on our other characters, so never mind. I'm sorry.
I
That was the one where we
gotcha.
went to the, yeah.
Well, good, because I was going to say a thing, and it's not that great of a thing, but I was still going to say a thing. Speaking of, God, what the hell did you say? Now I don't remember the lead into it. That's okay, it's not your fault. You found a lore book. Regarding the dog barking, I've been listening to, which is actually, I'm very convinced the reason I missed ESO Live was because I've been listening to a podcast called the Generation Y podcast. It's pretty popular, but I hadn't listened to it before, and I've been listening to early episodes, and it's kind of about, at least so far, they've had a lot of episodes since, so, but anyway, it's kind of got a lot of, like, either unsolved mysteries or just mysterious crimes and deaths and things like that. And the point is, in the early episodes, you can hear from the beginning to the ones I'm listening to now, they've cleaned up their sound a lot, but there's always this fucking dog barking in the background.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, quiet your dogs. I know it's the guy's dogs, too. He hasn't really acknowledged it. I just want him to acknowledge it. Like, it's not bothersome. It's more like, dude, we all hear your dogs. Just be like, yeah, sorry about the dogs.
So, this lady sent us up here. There's something about shipments again getting screwed up, and her master leaves a journal, and I have a feeling that some of these shipments were mixed up with plague shipments intentionally, and so I'm going to read this real quick. Day 26. The plague is slowly spreading from Quarantine Cirque, covering Deshaun like a black rain. Vox will be pleased. Many have let, what does Vox say? Many have left Narsis for Mournhold. They think they'll be safe there, but they can't escape the coming reckoning. Day 32, the substance isn't strong enough when added to water. The solution becomes diluted, and most of the effective properties fade, so putting it in wells won't work. Until we can formulate a stronger version, we need to look for other ways to spread the plague. Day 42, we figured out how to spread the plague. By injecting the substance into a corpse's blood and letting it fester, the plague's potency increases tenfold. It must be the dead blood. We need more bodies. Luckily, Narsis can provide an abundant supply, so her master is evil, and we're gonna go put a stop to this crap. Yeah. I wonder what you say now when I talk to you, Anilla.
How could he be so stupid?
Did you say Noah?
She just says the same thing she said before. Little does she know, hey, your master's spreading this goddamn plague. So, that's about it for the Dues News, the ESO Live. They did say that they're fixing the issue with the siege weapons doing way more damage than they were supposed to, but they were...
Oh, I thought they said that a long time ago.
No, they recently made some changes to increase the damage, but there was some glitches where it was increasing more than it should have been, so...
Oh, okay. That's probably what I'm thinking of.
And,
Gotcha.
That's about it. I mean, there really wasn't... I mean, there's not a lot of news lately, and it's starting to get a little bit... I'm starting to get a little bit worried that they've abandoned their 4 to 6 week model now that this subscription is done, and so basically we're going to get updates whenever.
Or they'll be like, here's some dogs.
I mean, it's been 2 weeks now since 1.6 went live, and I mean, if it's every 6 weeks that they were doing before, they were updating every 6 weeks or so. And with the justice system and the champion system, admittedly, it took longer than 6 weeks, but admittedly, we got more than one update, technically. I mean, the champion system could have been one and the justice another, but they released them both, and they wanted to make sure it was well tested, but...
And they were keeping everybody kind of afoot, if you will. Is that the word? They were keeping everybody informed.
Yeah, and, well, that's the thing, is that it's been 2 weeks since Update 6. You know, if they're going to stick to that 6-week schedule, we would have heard by now what the next update's going to be, and it would probably be coming to the PTS very soon. So that's not going to happen, and I'm worried that most of the updates we're going to get are new things for the Crown Store, and I'm worried that other than that, content will not be released until after the console release.
I will say this, and this is me knowing nothing, and also, not having as much of an opinion just because there's so much content that I haven't tried at all, so it doesn't affect me really. So I will.
Affect me either.
Well, I just want to put that out there though. But I will, just so I don't sound like a total dick who doesn't understand that other people have a right to feel that way. But I will say this: I think y'all have ants in your pants sometimes, because I've heard this so many times, and then there's always an update. Like, they always come through. Now I'm probably putting way too much faith in them, because
but that's
they've
never
kind
been
of
the case before. They've always announced the next update before anybody even had a chance to start questioning when's the next update
people complain about this before. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, because that's
go find Twitter
concern
proof.
is that in fact for me at the time, you know, for the first year of this game, it was like, holy crap, I can't keep up with the content. It's like I haven't even had a chance to fully experience all the content before they're already talking about the next content going to the PTS. And so that might, you know what, people complain about everything, so you're probably right, there were people complaining. But for me personally, I wasn't, because I was like, crap, you know, in fact, at one point I had said the only downside to the 4 to 6 week model was it's almost too fast. I can't finish content before there's more and more content.
Even then, an announcement wouldn't hurt. You know, hey, we're slowing things down, just hang tight. We have cool shit in progress, even if it's not that cool, people will wait.
It looks like there's a little bit of a power struggle between these two guys, Giron and the other guy. He finally decided to seal off the city, so Giron is saying that he's never made a decision on his own and that he can't lead, and we'll deal with that later. Right now, he's got something for us to do for him. Slice a path through their camps by the lake. That sounds like fun. And look for anything, the location of the Llodos plague. Okay, so let's go slash through some people.
Can I read a thing real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
It is a poem by Anonymous. And y'all are going to hear my speech impediment come out real good in this one because the words, but it is called Netches all around. Netches all around. They're born up high and never come down. Netches all around. Bulls and betties, some blue, some brown. Netches all around. Their tentacles hang like a dressing gown. Netches all around. They sneak up on you without a sound. Netches all around. You cannot hide. You will be found. I think we found the Dr. Seuss of the game.
That is hilarious.
That's a fantastic poem. I really like.
Awesomely too.
Oh, thank you. That was sweet of you. I'm gonna print screen and tweet that later because that's hilarious.
Speaking of books and reading and stuff, I did want one last thing as far as I guess you could call this Dues News is, I did want to give everyone a heads up. If you haven't purchased the Tales of Tamriel Volume 1 book, perhaps $35 was too much for you, or perhaps you
plus $10 shipping.
Plus the $10 shipping. You can buy it on Amazon, pre-order now for $25, so it is $10 cheaper, and it qualifies for free shipping if your total order is over $35. So if you add $10 of something else on there, you're going to pay the same price as the book, and you're going to get something for $10 on Amazon.
And you're going to save $10 because you're not paying $45
shipping. So, yeah.
do that because
So-
that's a deal.
I mean, if you had the $45 for the book plus shipping and you just hadn't bought it yet, hey, go to Amazon, buy the book for $25, get $20 worth of crap on Amazon, get yourself something nice. So I was a little frustrated to find that because I had used my $25 off from the winning the Tales of the Dead 3 contest.
And I hate to remind you of this too, but I'm going to. You also just got that Amazon credit card with the high limit, and you could have gotten points.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I just opened up the Amazon credit card because we do so much Amazon shopping. It just made sense because it's you triple the points. You know, you get 3% back on any Amazon purchases, and
We really don't go anywhere but homework and Costco, y'all. So,
So,
buying on Amazon
so I could
is
have
the way to go with Prime.
So I could have bought the book on Amazon, and we always buy stuff on Amazon, so I easily could have bought $10 extra worth of stuff to get the free shipping, and then I could have used my $25 off on the messenger bag instead. So I wish
did
I would
not
have
know.
known that, but that's all
Holy
right.
shit. Oh, God. Sorry, that took me by surprise, and then I hit G.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No, we're fine. I
Thank
did
you.
want to say, though, Knight's Knight had said that he doesn't mind giving extra money to ZeniMax because he loves them, and I do too. I agree with that. For
So
one, the money from Amazon, it is from Bethesda, the seller, so they are still getting the money. So technically, yes, they're getting less of the money. So it's not like you're giving Amazon your money instead of Bethesda or ZeniMax or whoever the hell's selling it. I'm sorry.
That's what feels a little wrong about it. I know that Amazon often has contracts with publishers or quote contracts, but really the publishers aren't thrilled about it, and they can undercut prices as a distributor and things like that. But it's still like, come on, you guys, like, normally not for specialty books, they're for major publishers, and usually not right off the bat. I mean, unless it's going to be some like bestseller type thing. So come on, guys, really?
Yeah. But,
$10
But I agree.
and shipping, especially if they're the ones shipping it.
Yeah.
That's all. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll just talk later.
Good.
I'm just
That's the show now.
I'm just kidding.
You are
Looks like,
proud.
It looks like they're trying to spread the plague in Lake Lalu, which is, I imagine, what we're standing in here. And the plague is not strong enough yet. It's being diluted by the lake, so they're trying to get the stronger plague based on this Meriden Drill's orders, and I'm pretty sure we just killed Meriden Drill, whatever.
So what you're saying is there's something in the water.
It appears that there is, but it's being diluted by the water, so it's not going to affect anybody. And so they're trying
Honestly,
to make this plague even stronger, so when it does go into the lake, it contaminates it rather than dilutes.
right, because, I'm sorry, if you're doing the whole biological warfare on a town thing,
Here it is.
get it right the first time.
Here it is,
Get-
right here. You see this?
The waterfall,
Do you
the plague,
yeah, do you see that green?
span, the broken crates. No, really, get it right the first time. How do you fuck that up? How do you go, oh, our bad, that was a little
Well,
weak.
they were saying that they were testing it, and they found that adding it to water diluted it, and so they found
Yeah.
a way to make it stronger by putting it in corpse blood, and it magnified it by like 10 times. But apparently it didn't magnify it quite enough for the size of a lake. So they did try it first.
Okay, yeah, it still seems poorly executed.
I have nothing to do with
Oh,
this.
here's Naru Virian again following us. She was the one in the basement that was attacking the lady's husband.
Feel better? Now let's talk.
Yeah, she's a little sassy pants. She's kind of irritating, to be honest.
Of course you did.
Okay, let's see. She's apparently not excited that we were sent to go
Sounds like a day of
fix this.
And if they keep
Yeah, you nailed it. She has like a major unamused face.
Yeah.
we even have
Well,
She's not thrilled with anything or anyone.
I mean, she is a dark elf.
Niches all around.
broken crates at Giron's.
So,
That was a great poem.
you know, it's a little late in the show to bring up a discussion topic, but that's all right. We can go a little long. I don't mind. Whatever.
We have like a half hour left if we do an hour 20, and
That's true. That's true.
yeah, I checked because I'm hungry. I have a package in the office, and I'm a little cold with the door being open, so I basically don't want to be here, motherfuckers. What are you making me do? I'm just kidding. I love it. Okay, go ahead. What's the discussion?
Well, I was gonna say I've been wanting to talk about this the past couple episodes, a couple of different things.
Is this how you're gonna break up with me?
No, it kind of centers around the Crown Store and what we'd like to see, kind of piggybacking off of is the only content we're going to see for the next 6 months Crown Store stuff. But if we do, there was a discussion on Twitter with ResWriter, I believe it was, who was... He was complaining about people complaining about wanting a race change, which I wanted a race change, although I did hear a little bit more about Bosmer lore in the ESORP, the OPcast episode where they had Lauren Schick on. We talked about that before. By the way, that was amazing.
Seriously, if you haven't listened, you want to listen. It's like, it's the first thing on your bucket list now. Go listen.
Yeah, it
so
was
good.
fantastic. Lauren Schick in character is one of the most flawless, organic, natural sounding in characters I've ever heard. It was, the guy's been doing tabletop gaming for 40 years, and I don't mean he's been playing them. He's been very involved in creating them, and, he's been,
And let's... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was going to say, and let's also give credit to the folks who host the show anyway. They are so good, and they also did a great job. Like, I think if we had someone like that on our show, I'd be like, oh crap, so, like, what do you like to do in your spare time? They did a really good job setting everything up.
Looks like Giron wanted us dead.
Everyone wants us dead, even our listeners. Night's night, I know about your plot.
Okay, so...
I like giving random shout-outs to the people that I like.
Well, they give us shout-outs from time to time. In fact, I had just joined, Avi Optimal has just started a guild recently, and
oh, you mentioned that.
Yeah, in fact, it's Mortal Entity. It's a actually, it looks like it's a Daggerfall guild, which I don't mind. I just had an open guild slot, so I figured, hey, I'll join. Why not? And
that's because Avi is the shit, so you should do it anyway.
Well, and he was saying on Tales of Tamriel that it was a PvP guild, and I was like, oh, I've been looking for a PvP guild anyways, and
that's how I knew about this.
Yes, I didn't think about the fact that a PvP guild for a different alliance does me no good anyways. But I was like, whatever, I love Tales of Tamriel. Avi Optimal's really cool. He's a cool guy and everything, so I'll join the guild. I got an extra guild slot that I'm not worried about it. And I had asked him for the invite, because I was telling him, I've been looking for a PvP guild, and he's like, oh crap, did I say PvP guild on the show? Because it's not, it's a PvE guild. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes I half listen because I'm at work and blah blah blah. Let me re-listen to it. And I was like, yeah, no, you definitely said PvP very clearly. So, but anyways, he corrected that on the this episode that I just listened to.
Person versus Elephant Guild.
But yeah, he gave me credit for correcting him on that. He was like, thanks to Scarydoo, because it's not a PvP guild.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'll give a shout out to whoever.
Oh, and I'm sorry, real quick. Actually, speaking of other shows, Tales of Tamriel specifically, I think, isn't that where you mentioned, to go back to what you're saying, isn't that where you really put out there that you've been wanting race change? I know you asked. I think you asked Zusk during a ESO Live episode, and...
Well, that's it actually was sparked because Thais keeps saying she wants a race change because she wants to be an Argonian now. And she's sick of not being an Argonian. So.
She's sick. I like that. I want to be an Argonian. I'm sick of not being an Argonian.
That's basically what it is.
Cute. Slips through fingers.
Ralden isn't here. He and Giron left some time ago. Well, Giron, we found, is connected to the Maulborn.
Let's just say
and he wanted us killed, so we're gonna have to go after him. And if the other guy's with him too, I wonder if he's also involved.
I don't know.
Ralden, Giron, and Ralden. So either Ralden has been played by Giron, and Giron's about to murder Ralden, or they're both in on it, spreading the plague. Narsis is sealed, and that was part of their plan. That's exactly what they did with the Cirque. They quarantined it, and they're trying to keep people in where the plague is.
Can they not? Hello, Quitel or Quitel in the chat. I don't know if I said that right either time, and all they said was hello. So hello back, welcome. I don't know if you're still there. I don't know when you sent that message, but
it was just now. I have timestamps on the Firefox add-on that I have timestamps it.
I need to get that. You have all the hookups.
I just want to say that we need to, in order to find Giron and Ravel, or whatever his name is, we have to find the Argonian called Slips Through Fingers.
That's what, I had said that as soon as I was like, slips through fingers, and then I was like, wait, he'll get to that in a while, Because I clicked through fast.
So we're going to go find Slips Through Fingers to help us find Giron, who apparently has been working with the Malborn this whole time, which is why he wanted the town sealed to help spread the plague.
When I clicked the door, I tried to attack the door.
Hurry.
For God's sake.
Keep your voice
Sorry.
down and act like
Keep
you're
your voice
helpless.
down.
I can't go
Act
into
like-
details. Not here. But I know you've been trying to find the missing people.
Yes,
for
we have
House
been trying to
Lawley.
find the missing people for House Lawley.
Don't ask questions. Just listen. We know where our people are being held, including Councillor Ralden. Follow the clues in the pack. I'll see you at the... Not here.
Not
Just
here.
look in the pack.
Okay,
Here,
well,
lady.
we're going to look in the pack.
Christ.
In the pack is a note. It says, we know where the missing villagers are, but we need your help. Due to the lockdown, no one can leave Narsis, except you, that is. Because they made, earlier in the quest, they made an exception when Giron decided to lock up the city. He said he'd make an exception to the guards to let us go in and out. We know all about the special dispensation the counselor gave you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. We'd like to speak to you, but please understand that we need to keep our presence hidden. We couldn't just leave directions lying around for the house guard to find. Instead, we give you this. Don't look to it's in quotations. Don't look to the sky. Follow the star. She provides the key. She will guide your way. Follow these directions, and we will speak soon. I have no clue what that means, but that is why this game gives you quest markers. Apparently, this is a cat named Star.
Oh!
Star is a cat. Upon closer examination, you notice a small silver key hanging around the cat's neck. You know what's funny is...
Men in Black already did that. I'm just kidding.
You know what's funny is Slips Through Fingers pack had that note that gave the riddle of follow the star or whatever and find the key. And then the cat named Star is literally 2 footsteps from that bag that had that note in it. This is not a very good, treasure hunt type of, trying to hide things.
Real quick, that cat is lazy as shit. There's a rat just hanging out right next to it, and it's just sitting there.
Well, now the rat's
Cat-
dead.
Did it get it? Oh, did you kill it?
Yeah, I get
Quietel,
We have to follow Star,
Quietel.
by the way.
In a sec, I'm talking about the cat. Quietel or Quietel, and I will follow the cat now, crap. Says that it's an interesting setup we have. And I said it's slob chic, but I don't know what else I'd call it, to be honest with you. Hi, cat. I'm following you. I wish I could just follow cats around on quests in real life. I freaking love cats. It's so awesome.
You want yourself a cinch tiger then?
The Khajiit is here. No, I have a sissy. Say hi to the cam. Say hi to the microphone. Will you? Will you talk? Sissy. No, because you're mad at me for holding you. Whoa.
So,
Sorry.
what I wanted to talk about was regarding the Crown Store. Oh, I was talking about Res Rider.
Race change.
Res Rider was complaining about people who wanted the race changes, and I was saying, well, I want a race change. Like I created a Bosmer, and oh, that's where I got sidetracked with the
You want to fight about it?
with the OP cast. The Lawrence Schick answered some questions.
Oh.
Lawrence Schick answered some questions about the Bosmer, and it made me like them more. So I'm kind of glad my main is a Bosmer, but I still
Right.
do want a Khajiit. And he basically, Res Rider's argument was, what, you're too lazy to make another character with the race you want and level it up? And I'm like, I didn't say
Yeah?
it. I didn't say it because it's not about laziness. It's about I have a job and I have things to do, and we have lives, so I don't get to play for very long every day. It's not like I can play for 6 hours a day.
We're not saying that people who play for 6 hours a day don't have lives, by the way.
I apologize.
We're just saying that we have different lives.
I should be more specific. Lives outside of Elder Scrolls. So
Unfortunately.
yeah. But
Yes.
I ignored that argument completely because it's like, well, okay, I guess I could level up another character. I could take the time and do it, whatever. But I was like, yeah, but I only have 8 character slots. So that extremely limits me, especially when there's 9 races and 4 classes. So if you wanted to play every race, you're screwed. Because you can't. You just can't. Technically, there's 10 with Imperial. And if you wanted to play every race, every class, well, then you'd need about 40 or so. He responded with, "I'd rather see," because one of the things people are saying, offer a race change for like $20 in the Crown Store, make it expensive.
That's a great idea.
That's what World of Warcraft does. They'll charge you $20 to change your alliance or change your race or whatever you want to do. You can even change your class, I think. Okay, so Slips Through Fingers
Hey,
is where the missing villagers are.
This Argonian behind you drinking at the table is named Wins Many Contests. That's kind of been you the last few
Argonian
months.
names.
That's been you since like December.
Um,
You've won 2.
So, they were talking about, you know, including in the Crown Store for the race change, and Resrider was saying, well, what I'd rather have in the Crown Store is the option to buy more character slots.
Character slots.
Yes, and I agree completely. I'd be happy to. No, I still think they should offer a race change, and I think it should be limited. It should be limited to one character per account per month or something. So you can only do it once every 30 days, so people aren't just constantly changing their race.
Or, you know, for one character, you can only change your race once, so you do it, and that's it. You know, that could be a limit. I mean, if they really wanted to limit it, I don't know why they'd care that much, but if they wanted to be particular about it, they could make it a one-time event.
But
Vital complimented Sissy and said she was cute, so I like them. They're my favorite right now.
I forgot to talk to this guy down here.
Oh, yeah.
Madras Tatus.
You have a question mark.
So I would love to see both race change and additional character slots. Hell, maybe additional bank space or something, because that's always a problem. You got a ton of people flooding back to this game with the Tamriel Unlimited going by to play, and they all are saying this. Or new people coming back to the game. New
Oops,
people
I clicked I'll help you. Sorry.
That's fine.
I clicked through too fast. Yeah, I haven't heard a single, like, that's the thing. I've heard plenty of people arguing for a race change. I haven't heard a lot of people arguing against it, really. But I haven't heard it. I mean, I've just heard so many people say that they really, really, really want more character slots. That's been a problem across the board for pretty much everyone. Not for me, because I'm a loser, but everybody else. This person's name is slow at words.
You know, and I have to say, it's not like it's an unreasonable amount of character slots. That is the standard, or even less so than that. You know, a lot of games that are like free to play from the start.
Yeah.
They'll give you 2 character slots, and then you can buy additional ones for cash money. You know, that's very common. I mean, World of Warcraft, I think, gave you 8 or 9 slots or whatever. You know, it's not that it's not a standard. It's not that it's not meeting that standard. It's that this is a different type of MMO, and you know, you have a lot of people coming from Elder Scrolls games where they're used to single player, where they're used to being able to make as many characters as they want. And the bottom line is you have 10 races, and there are people in this game. Most people want to play all of them. You know, I mean,
that's the thing.
I shouldn't say most, but I think there's a lot of people that want to play most of the races.
I think that's kind of what's unique about this game. You have the 3 factions, you have a lot of different races, and it's a unique experience with all of those. I understand in a lot of games that is, like you said, the standard for character slots.
Yeah.
But this game is unique in a way that people would definitely want to play with more characters. And what does it hurt? Is there an issue? Like, I mean, that's not in a snotty way. Just I don't understand what would be the problem.
But I don't think there is in this game as it is now. The issue would be
Dark Anchor.
Oh, we already did that one. Anyway.
Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's still not fun.
We need to find the armory key.
I'm so bad at maps and direction. I don't even know what Dark Anchor we did.
Did you use the whistle out there?
No, I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Does your quest say find the armory key? Oh, where are you?
Outside.
Oh, come up here.
Oh, I have a quest marker to talk to this guy.
Oh, yeah, talk to him and then...
Sorry.
That's okay.
I lost him for a minute.
There's another thing I wanted to talk about regarding that, because... I'm sorry, I glossed over your question. The answer, I guess, in some ways is... Well, for one, bag space characters...
Okay, fair enough.
You could technically make an unlimited amount, but you could put a limit on it. Make the limit 15, and you can buy the next 7 for $20 a piece or something, you know?
Yeah.
And if you have that much money, then you can go ahead and buy them all or whatever, and, you know, and then you're not unlimited. Part of that issue is hoarders can tend to, in games like this, sway the economy one way or the other. And this game has a more stable... See, this is why I say these are arguments for other games, because this game doesn't have an issue with the economy, because it's so hard to earn gold organically, you know, I mean, even when you farm, there's really only a certain level of gold that you can make from doing that. I don't know why you're going down there. It's above us.
Oh. I tried and I failed.
It's okay. Yeah, if you... I don't know if I've ever told you this. You know your compass at the top?
Yeah.
If you point it at the quest, it'll say above it, find the armory key above.
It's partly blocked by one of my bars. That's why.
Well, that's how you know if it's above or below. So what was I saying? I'm sorry.
You were saying things about it being arguments for other games because we have a pretty stable economy in this game.
Yes, I mean a game like World of Warcraft that can cause huge problems because you got the ways you earn gold in that game are so much different. The economy is so inflated for the high level characters. Blah blah blah. But it can cause an issue if you allow someone unlimited or relatively unlimited banks or character bag space, that they could hoard items, and it's just the nature of MMOs is there are people who will spend 20 hours a day doing these types of things, whatever, and then all of a sudden you have the market flooded with this item or that item, and it can cause inflation or whatever. I don't know, but it looks like I got all the weapons down here. Did you come down here after getting?
No, I was still. I was just having trouble getting the key. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Weapons.
The weapons are down at the bottom where you were first.
Oh. Coming down the stairs.
And so there's that aspect. There is the aspect of gold spammers or things like that could create characters left and right. But if you charge for the character slot, and there's also there's a 3-day lockout on deleting characters. You can delete up to 3 characters, but only once every 3 days, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can delete 3 characters today, but then you can't delete another character for another 3 days. And the point is that this is a big issue in World of Warcraft. It's kind of like the emails you get from the random letters and numbers in the email address, because they're just randomly generated email addresses. It's kind of the same idea. You get XLJTVY or whatever is messaging you, hey, go to this website, you can buy gold. And, and it's that spam.
What about
they have things in place to prevent that? So I don't think that's the issue to not have additional character slots.
What about the question of just cap it out, but cap it out higher? You don't have to have unlimited character slots either. You could have a more reasonable number with the amount of stuff to do that in the game. I mean, like you said, some people think 8 is near reasonable, but just not quite good enough.
You didn't take the opportunity to say some people think 8 is enough.
That's a terrible joke. I'm just kidding. I didn't think of it. I
live
apologize.
in Sacramento. That show is based in Sacramento.
I know, it's so sad. Why would you base your show here? Even Stevens is apparently based in Sacramento too.
Huh?
Even Stevens, the crappy Disney show.
Never saw it, never heard of it.
It's got that guy from Transformers movies, except he was a kid. I only know because, the Sacramento subreddit was talking about crappy shows that were based in Sacramento. That's one thing I like about the local subreddit is they all hate Sacramento too, so everybody's real harsh, and they talk about food a lot.
Yeah.
So I know where to eat. Alright, going back in.
So yeah, I don't get, but there's a couple other things that they haven't put in the game that people want that I can't see any. You know what? This is the problem, though. I can't see any way it could be exploited, but you know what? I bet you somebody else can. They'll find a way. That's the nature of MMOs. I mean, how smart are some of these devs? They've been working on this game for years and whatever, even before launch, they were working on for years. They thought of everything. They thought of every little way that it could be taken advantage of or used in a way that wasn't intended, and they tried to, plan for everything. And guess what? MMO players are gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to break it. They're gonna find a way to take advantage of it.
Oh, of course.
That's where you get these grind spots from, and they have to adjust.
That's why. I was gonna say that's why they have to stay current.
Maybe it's just something that I haven't thought of yet. So.
That's good news. Narsis informed me that you found a note
What are
in
we
the
doing in
Hallborn camp.
here?
That might be a link to the creator of the Llodos.
Talking to this dude again.
Yeah, but I thought we were gonna help that guy fight with the citizens against the Hlaalu.
Fulfilling my current contract. Because of this, I've decided to offer. I'll gather the House Hlaalu guards and follow you.
Oh, looks like they don't have to fight because they're gonna help us anyways.
Gather the guards and follow in your path. Now go. I've been here for weeks, playing the political games common to all. Giron isn't our target. We're after the. Right now, I'm your very best friend. Oh,
Okay.
no idea.
Well, it looks like we've got the assistance of the Hlaalu and the guards, so we will go ahead and join with our allies that I'm assuming he means the allies that we just got weapons for.
There you are, outsider. I came as quickly as I
Madras
could.
and the others left for the rooms. They want to save our people, but they're going to get themselves killed. That's because you clicked too fast.
Sorry.
It's
Ruins
okay.
west of Narsis. That's where they've been hiding our people. Madras gave me this.
Well, we'd be wrapping up soon anyway, so...
Scary watching
Hey,
humans try to
it slipped through my fingers.
Oh, drops mic.
First of all, I can't drop this mic. It's expensive and it's sitting on the desk.
All right, looks like because you clicked too fast, we have to now go to find those people that are going to try and fight for themselves and save them from getting themselves killed.
You know, that's life, and we don't have that much
To be
time
fair,
anyway,
I
so...
mean, you know, I mean, if they're being oppressed so badly, they should fight for themselves, I guess, but it's not going to work out, so we need to go help them out.
Sorry.
That's okay. And then the last thing I wanted to mention,
You have more shit to say than you thought.
well, we were talking about player housing before.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
I mean-
I don't know. This is just kind of a quick little fun thing because Lord knows they're not going to have the player housing for quite some time. It's probably not going to be another year or two at least.
But they have gotten everyone excited as hell for it, so I do.
I don't think they got everybody excited. I think everybody was already demanding it because there are a lot of other games that already have it. And it, you know, it makes a huge difference. You get these trophies, you get these, you know, things in game, especially when this game specifically does give you freaking things that are, the items are titled trophy. You know, like that's their item type is trophy. And it's like, you know, it's nice to have a place that you can go. First of all, it's nice to have a place you can go hang out. If you don't feel like actually doing any questing or something, you want to hang out with a friend or something. It's great for the role-playing community. It's fantastic for them. You know, because then they can have their own houses and things that they can roleplay in. But then you have a place where you can display. You have your own. You know what it is? It's why Minecraft is so popular, despite its 25-year-old graphic quality, because you can build something of your own in the game. You're basically building the game yourself. You know, and your own little section of it. You know, and it gives you a level of. That's why RPGs are so popular. You're building your own game as far as you're building your character. You're making it you. You're designing the face. You're designing the, you're picking the gear, your skills, and everything. You know, you want to be able to customize your character. And boy, does that add a huge amount of customization to your character to be able to have your own house and customize it as well. I think that's why it's so important to have it in a game, especially a game that is geared so much towards the casual player as this one is.
Right.
You know, that's exactly
I think
what this game needs.
It is a perfect fit for a game like this. It makes sense. It is intuitive. Things like that.
I think we missed out on killing that guy, but I don't know if we were supposed to kill him. Oh, yeah, we were. Damn it. We'll have to wait for him to respawn. That's ridiculous. Well, we can go get these bookshelves while we wait. Anyway, so the fun little thing I wanted to discuss is... oh, and you know what? This kind of goes in line with the character slots. I was going to say, I'll bet you they have that ready to go. I'll bet you either they don't have it ready to go... either they have it ready to go completely, or they have it in the works. It's not going to be much longer. They just haven't said anything about it because they're going to release it in the Crown Store, and then everybody's going to lose their S and...
I like when you say lose their S.
You know, so I would not be surprised to find that's not. First of all, you know what the big indicator is? They have not, as far as I know, like they do. They will be very clear. We have no intention of putting this in the game when it's something they absolutely have no intention of putting in the game.
Right.
Haven't heard them say that about extra character slots. And this is the respawn, so we can kill him now.
Oh, cool.
This is gear on. Yeah, you betrayed us, and so now we're gonna kill you because you didn't know what you were fucking with, did you? Sometimes I like when these people betray us, and it's like, oh, yeah, I breathe fire. You had no idea, did you? You had no idea what you were messing with.
Not only that, but as games tend to go, we are stronger than everybody else, and we kill everybody we come across who is an enemy, and then we respawn if we die. So, I mean, I guess they technically respawn too. I understand I'm breaking...
No, but it's satisfying when somebody's being a prick and you're like, take that. Yeah, you thought you could screw me over and then you thought you could take me on. No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, don't be.
So, anyways, what I wanted to discuss along the lines of that is, I haven't really even thought about this, so I don't know if I even have any ideas, but I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of speculate what they may include in the Crown Store for player housing. Do you have any ideas?
That's an idea. I don't have any speculation on that. I really just like the idea of, like you said, making it customizable. Personally, I want a sweet mansion with my crowns.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
kidding.
think
But
that's
I'm completely kidding. But if I can buy a chandelier, if I can buy crop like in The Sims, there you go.
Yeah, I think you
I'm
probably
kidding.
would be
But
able to.
I'm not being practical, and I know that. I'm just being silly, but that would be cool.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have clicked through.
I'm
all
sorry.
They're all dead now because you're so impatient. You know, I'm gonna stand here and read the story anyway, so you know you have plenty of time to click through and see what you're
Well, the
doing.
show's almost over, so don't drag it out.
They were about to kill Ralden, so at least Ralden is alive, so I guess he wasn't involved. Oh well, it's no big deal. It doesn't really matter.
No, I'm just gonna hear about it forever.
Yeah, because I have great joy giving you a hard time.
Hee hee hee.
That was not exactly a well-structured
There
sentence.
you are.
I have great joy.
Alive, I see. I suppose that justifies
Hee
how
hee
you
hee.
confidence in you. Did you find
If
them?
Knights were here, he would have drunkenly said giggity, and you know it.
Actually succeeded. Well done. I gathered the guards and came as quickly as possible. A contingent has gone into the
So it looks like
ruins
he
to take the
he used the
remaining
captured villagers, the ones that you're misclicking led into the trap.
Oh my god! I
he's,
can't focus on reading when you're yammering
It
on.
looks like Giron used them to strengthen the Llodos plague, like he was saying. Use them with the corpse blood or whatever, and bled them into the lake.
So that's
So-
what wanted Narsis sealed. We wanted easy
So no one's gonna
access
drink the
to all
water
the
until they
carriers.
cleanse it. So they'll be able to cleanse the water. That's good.
Ralu will make sure
Yeah.
Narsis is safe.
So Narsis is safe for now, which is perfect because that's what I named the episode. The Llodos plague goes to Narsis or something like that. And now we've saved Narsis. That's a perfect time to wrap things up here.
Sure your help will
I'll
be
finish
wanted
off with saying that I think that you pretty much nailed it. Decorations, things like that. I'm
Pimp
trying to
mobiles.
see. So, return to Narsis and speak to Naryu. Okay, we're not quite done here yet, so I'll talk about what I think they'll have in the crown store for player housing.
How much
while
more
we
do we
finish
have
this off.
to-
Oh, we just have to go talk to Naryu. She's got a
Oh.
lead on the name we uncovered, so we're gonna continue to try to track down the Maulborn to the next area.
Okay, because we're running a little long, so or we
Oh,
will.
Naryu is the one that didn't think we should have been tasked with the one with the mask on and everything.
Yeah, she's a real pain in my butt. I'm not a big fan of hers.
Well, she doesn't know us, and I think she's starting to see that we're not incompetent. So we'll see if she has a
So-
better attitude this time when we go talk to
So I can Carrie Springer style yell, "You don't know me!
her. You don't
Ever.
even know.
You don't even know."
You don't even know.
I totally owned you with that today.
You did. That was good.
This guy never stops telling me, "You don't even know. You didn't
don't
even know."
I can't
You didn't
stop
know."
saying it. I don't know why. Just all throughout the day, I'll just tell her, "You don't even know."
Oh God, it's been going on for a couple months
Sometimes
now.
I'll
I
switch
think
it
that
up.
we,
Do you know what you know? Not that. 'Cause
You don't even.
know.
knowing is a thing you don't even. He'll just like say it in every possible way.
I don't know why. Because I'm ridiculous.
I got him good with it today. It's a long story, but let's just say I got him good with it today.
Yeah.
Really good. He didn't even know.
I didn't even know. I didn't know at all. Varen said you had some new information, are you?
Nor are you. Nor are you not.
She's connected a name to our target.
Because I also learned
I hate myself when I make jokes like that.
The Halalu troops have been ambushed by superior Maulborn forces.
our target leads those forces. We want them. Now you've got it. Veron and I will join you shortly. We need to send our report and wait for our next order.
Okay, so our next target is going to be Obsidian Gorge for the next episode, which is right up there. Talk to Commander Renly at Obsidian Gorge, and I think I remember that quest. So, I'll just finish off saying, I think you nailed it. Things like chandeliers or something like that.
A pimp mobile. I'll say it again.
They would have to keep it lore friendly, so no
friendly?
pimp mobiles.
Okay, a pimped out guar.
Pimp my guar. No,
Can we do a show called Pimp My Guar? Can we find out a way to do that?
I think obviously the main thing, like room expansion, so you could make your house bigger, things like that would be included. Shelves, I guess, where you could display your trophies and things like that. Oh, you know what? And this is something that comes from Skyrim, where you could purchase. Although they may just have you spend gold rather than crowns to do this, but in Skyrim, your player house, you could upgrade it with gold. and you can include an enchanting station, an alchemy station, things like that. I would love to see that. Even if it is for crowns, I'd buy the crowns. And then that way, you know what I'd really like? I would like a stable master, a bank, and all the crafting stations in my player house, so I don't have to run around any cities or find the city where they're all close
Put
together.
a stable master in your house.
Maybe outside the house, have your own personal stable master, something like that. You know, have your own yard where you have a stable master. That, you know, I mean, that would work. I mean, obviously, a stable master in the house doesn't exactly work, but, you know, I think that could work. And a banker, you could have a banker, maybe. Well, I don't know how that would work necessarily, but maybe instead of a banker, you could have a chest that, you know, like what if you had a personal storage chest in your house that you had to purchase with crowns, and it only gave you access to your personal bank. So it didn't give you access to the guild bank or to the guild store, you know, when you go to the bank and there's those other options. I would like to see a chest for your personal stash in your house that you can't access. You can only access your personal bank space. Which would make sense. It'd be lore friendly.
That would.
And, you know, I never use the guild bank or the guild store anyway, so that would be perfect for me. I mean, that would just be, it's convenience. And hey, you know what? They said the only thing they're going to include is vanity and convenience items. That's a convenience item right there. You heard it here first. A personal stash chest in your player house that gives you access to only your personal bank. That's a convenience item. So those are some of the things I'd like to see, and I actually am kind of curious how creative they can get. Maybe a poster of Vivek that you could put, or like Almalexia, or something, you know, like different posters of you know, get a poster of Mike, or a painting of Mike the Liar, you know, for 100 crowns that you could put on your wall and decorate with.
He's so awesome. That would be the best.
Yeah, things like that I think would be, you know, or like Slips Through Fingers or something, you know, just like a funny Argonian or something, you know, like notable characters and things like that. That'd be kind of awesome. You could have like your own Shrine of Mara or something. I don't know, but just some fun things that they could include in the crown store for your player house. But that's you know, that's a long way off, so we'll see one day.
My dance moves are amazing. Check me out.
Yeah, I can see those off on the side here.
I like this one, actually. I don't think I've done this one before.
All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and do my /loot. Let me turn up the game volume a little bit.
Make sure you face my sweet dance moves.
Yes. And I can't do that while mounted, so I will dismount first. I thought it would automatically dismount me, but it didn't. And this is the first time I've noticed in a year of playing this game, when you /loot, it automatically mutes your game music. That's awesome. So that you can hear your loot music instead of
Oh, you never got that?
music. No, I never noticed. It makes sense, but... Okay, so with that, dude, what are your final thoughts?
I have none.
Well,
April Fools! Oh, so clever. No, actually, my only real final thoughts are check out my shirt, y'all. Look what I'm wearing.
Right,
this
I
is
wanted
like
to mention that on the show. I totally forgot.
I know, I did too. I keep like every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. I gotta say something, and then I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, I talked away from the microphone. I get excited.
That was the other prize for the Tales of the Dead 3 contest.
Yes, and Drew, my dude, won that and kindly let me get the t-shirt. So I wore it to work, and I looked really cool because I had my Dark Brotherhood hoodie on for part of the day because it was cold.
Dark Brother hoodie.
My Dark Brother hoodie. So yeah, check out the cool shirt. It's brand new. It looks awesome. It's it's really soft, y'all. You should buy it.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's not even okay. I will say this. It's not even just the fact that it's an Elder Scrolls T-shirt. You look hot in it either way.
Oh,
The fact that it has the Ouroboros on it, that's sexy as hell that you're wearing an Ouroboros shirt. I just have to say.
Wait, what's sexy?
That you're wearing an Ouroboros shirt.
Oh.
It's really hard to say.
Well, thank you.
Also,
I have a crush on you too.
One other hilarious thing about it is, I appreciate.
Flatter me so.
I appreciate it, Sauce. It was free. It was for a fun little contest. I get it. Way to cheap out and send the shirt that says QuakeCon 2014 on it.
I like that. It does. It's subtle on the back.
I asked them for like a women's medium, and they're like, well, we're all out of stock on that. And I go to the website, I'm like, bullshit, you're out of stock. I see them right here. You got plenty of shirts. How are you out of stock of women's medium shirts? And now I know why, because they have a limited supply at the actual ZeniMax Online Studios, because the Beth store is separate from ZeniMax Online. So they have their little stockpile of shirts that they can give away, and they're not even giving away a shirt this time. Dues news, I completely forgot. And I really wanted to mention this because usually the contest only lasts for like 5 days. So by the time most podcasts or whatever mention it, the contest's already over. So that I'm pretty sure it's still going on. But the Tales of the Dead 4 is here. And I'm surprised because last time it took like 2-3 months between one contest and the other. They were kind of spread out, but they did another one right away. So boom, Tales of the Dead 4 is going on, and I like this picture because it's got the 2 skeletons riddled with arrows, but the little interesting twist on this one, there's usually no living creatures in these screenshots, but this time there looks like some trolls in the background. I don't know if they're trolls or not, because Elder Scrolls is slightly different than normal Dungeons & Dragons stuff, but they look like trolls, so I don't know.
Just so you know, because you flattered me and you said I look sexy in the sloppy ass. Well, not the shirt. The shirt's cool, but I just look like a slob today. Look, I'm doing the sexy, obnoxious dance.
I see that.
In real life, if I tried to do that, I would trip and fall.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I cut off your final thoughts completely for all.
Oh, no, that was it. My final thoughts was literally, look at my shirt. That was it.
Well, there you go. There you have it. So, Tales of the Dead 4. Okay, my final thoughts.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Tales of the Dead 4, listen to the OP cast. Lawrence Schick on there was amazing. They did a great job on that episode. The editing was great. They really, it wasn't just Lawrence Schick, although he was fantastic, but they did a great job producing the episode as well, and doing some of the effects and things like that. And it's absolutely worth a listen. I actually can see myself listening to that a few times. It's very, very fun to listen to. And you'll learn a little bit about Elder Scrolls lore. That thunder, did you hear that thunder just now?
Yeah, I did. I've been noticing it. It starts raining, and we also had lightning.
That literally scared the crap out of me.
I wish we had it in real life. That would be so
nice.
nice.
I turned my headphones up a little bit because your mic volume has to be lower, but it doesn't come through the headphones, but it does on the stream. Right. I don't know. Anyways, point being...
This may sound like shit. We have no idea.
That thunder was really loud in my ear, and it scared the crap
I'm sorry. Yeah, we got a little lightning, a little thunder, and now it's starting to drizzle. It's really cool how it started.
So other than that, I want to know what the next update is. Please, Zos, you can't just leave us hanging now that you went buy to play.
Yeah.
I really want player housing, but I respect that that's going to take a while to put in. That's a daunting task to put in the game.
I'm sorry for the attitude, Zos. Be my friend.
And I look forward to doing the next part of the Llodos Plague in Obsidian Gorge. So that will be next week, and I'm actually excited to continue doing this Llodos Plague storyline. It's kind of fun. I know a lot of people were kind of sick of these areas quest lines when they did them, but I think they're fantastic. This
is my favorite so far, but I haven't done a lot.
Yeah, well, fair enough, but there is some good ones elsewhere too, but I mean, it's not like this is about... I like the idea that you're chasing after these Maulborn that are trying to spread the plague. I don't know why people got irritated, but, or bored with this quest. Anyways, I guess because it's like every place you go, you're still trying to stop the Maulborn.
Tracking
I guess
down.
It can get... I can see that, but I enjoy it. I think it's actually pretty fun. So let me wrap this up here. If you would like to contact us, you can email us at dewsandtamriel@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter. I am at Scarydrew86.
I am at _burials.
You can also find us in-game if you want to add us to your friends or just say hello. I am at Scarydrew.
I am at Scarydoo, but right now I'm finishing Sherlock Holmes, so good luck catching me.
And you can also find us every Tuesday at I always do that backwards. Every Tuesday.
That's cute.
At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific at twitch.tv/dewsandtamriel. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/dewsandtamriel. And we also posted an audio version only as a podcast. You could find that on Podomatic, which maybe next episode I'll get into my gripe with them right now. I'm very irritated with them.
We might do what Knight's been telling us.
I mean, Squarespace is cheaper.
Squarespace!
It's half the price per month.
Maybe we could get mail keep.
It's unlimited storage. The problem is it does take some work and some research to set up a website, because I know a little bit about web development. I just, I'd have to look into it. I'd have to learn some HTML code and stuff like that, and
if you only listen, either go to our Twitter or watch the video. Look at this guy. Tell me he doesn't look like a guy that can build a goddamn website with Squarespace.
I can build a website. I just don't know if I want to take the time to do it. So.
Well, apparently Squarespace makes it easy, according to all my other podcasts who have sponsors, but we don't.
Not only that, Knight said it's all graphic user interface and stuff. It's all
really?
It's all built in. It's kind of like the old GeoCities on crack. Because GeoCities was like, just upload the file through our user interface, and then we'll do the coding for you, kind of a thing,
Yes.
So
But
I
no,
might actually look into doing that.
I mean, I've seen enough of them. They look fantastic. They don't look jank and shitty.
The reason I haven't done it yet is because I will have to pay for the Squarespace site for a month or so before actually transitioning, because I want to give people plenty of notice. I want to get every episode set up and ready to go so that when we do transition, everything will be the exact same as it was before. People can just real quick switch over.
I think they give you either a free month or like a percentage off if you use codes from other podcasts. By the way,
it's true, but I need to know that I'm willing to put in the time and effort to do so before I get signed up for that. But the good news, the good thing with that would be, first of all, I don't have to deal with Podomatic and their crap customer service because they haven't responded to my email in over a week.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm, 2 of them, and you get the unlimited space, so I won't have to delete episodes when we reach that cap, because we're getting close to that cap point on Podomatic. And then, but
you all want to listen to the archives.
We'll have a website that you can check us out on if we do that. So, I mean, that would be kind of cool to have our own website where you can come in, and maybe I'll throw on a forum or something. Who knows? I don't know. But I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do that yet. One of these days,
we're gonna do it.
One of these days, I'm gonna be bored, and just because I like to dabble with that kind of crap, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna mess around with that Squarespace, and all of a sudden, we're gonna have a fantastic website. But anyways, aside from that, you can find us on. I got so sidetracked.
Can we start our final thoughts like 2 minutes in next time, and just the whole show can be final thoughts?
This isn't even final thoughts. This is me listing off where you can find us.
Oh my god!
We're past final thoughts.
I told you I've been listening to the Generation Y podcast, and they actually do it at the very beginning, and it's a recording of the guy. And the best part is that he messes it up and he says something off, but it's not intended to be funny. He just didn't bother to re-record it.
That's what Tales of Tamriel does now. They have this whole recorded. You've been listening to a Dungeon Crawler Network production or whatever, and it's just on.
That's just cool.
Yeah, it sounds really, really nice and professional and everything. I won't do that because I kind of like stumbling through it, and I kind of.
Oh, I do too.
And every now and then I have a little bit like they're fully established as a network with their site and everything. There's not like changes, but like I wouldn't have an opportunity to say, by the way, we may not be on Podomatic much longer. I don't know. But
we're fully established as the lazy unemployed uncle.
That's yes. You nailed it. Yes. So, anyways, just to finish that up, the podcast is posted on Podomatic, iTunes, Beyond Pod, and Stitcher Radio. You can find us at all those locations. Just search Do's and Tamriel. If you just Google Do's and Tamriel, you'll find our YouTube page. You'll find our podcast. You'll find just about everything. So, I think that about covers it.
We are the lazy unemployed uncle who brings the flask to the 1-year-old's birthday party.
So, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.
See you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. Is it done? Is it over? Is it Dunmer?
Is it Dunmer?
I can't think of a guar pun right now, but
are you going to turn off the stream?
Are you going to turn? Shit! Are you going to turn off the screen? I can't. I'm stuck.